Have you ever wondered what stories were left out of the Bible? What ancient truths were considered too bold, too controversial, or simply too powerful to remain in the sacred texts of some traditions? Today, you are about to uncover one of the most fascinating and mysterious stories ever told. The story of Judith, a woman whose faith, courage, and sheer determination not only saved her people, but also left generations wondering why her story was hidden from so many versions of the Bible. This isn't just a historical account. It's a spiritual journey, a testimony of how trust in the divine can empower someone to achieve the impossible. So, if you're someone who seeks deeper truths, forgotten wisdom, and stories that awaken your spirit, welcome. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications, because what you are about to hear may very well change the way you see faith, courage, and your own place in this world. Let's begin. This is not just a story. This is a spiritual epic, a narrative of boldness, strategy, and unwavering faith. The book of Judith tells the story of a woman who stands against a terrifying enemy, armed with nothing but her faith, her intelligence, and her courage. But here is something fascinating. Not everyone considers this part of the Bible. While the book of Judith is embraced within Catholic, Orthodox, and Anglican traditions, it is completely absent from most Protestant Bibles. Why? Well, this story was likely considered too controversial, too unsettling. It is not a gentle tale. It is bold, dramatic, even graphic. It features a woman who steps far beyond the traditional roles expected of her time. Judith deceives, strategizes, and ultimately assassinates a powerful general to save her people. Some early religious leaders might have found this unsettling. Her courage was too disruptive, her independence too radical. A woman acting with such authority, spiritual clarity, and decisiveness, it challenged the status quo. But whether accepted in one tradition or not, the story of Judith transcends religious borders. It is a timeless reminder that faith, courage, and trust in divine purpose can overcome even the greatest of threats. And today, we dive into this extraordinary journey. The world in which Judith's story unfolds is a world drowning in fear, a time when an empire rises with the singular goal of absolute domination. At the head of this ruthless ambition is King Nebuchadnezzar of the Assyrian Empire. His thirst for control is insatiable. To execute his brutal campaign, he sends his most feared general, Holofernes. Holofernes is not merely a commander, he is a force of terror. With a vast army, he marches across nations, leaving behind nothing but ashes. His strategy is simple: complete annihilation. Those who resist are crushed. Those who surrender are enslaved. And now, Israel stands in his path. The small fortified city of Bethulia is the last barrier between Holofernes and the heart of Israel. The situation is dire. Bethulia is surrounded. Its water supply is nearly gone. Starvation and despair set in. The leaders of the city begin to lose hope. Their prayers feel unanswered. Their faith starts to falter. Panic spreads. It seems inevitable. Defeat, destruction, and death. But in the silence of desperation, someone rises. A woman. A widow. Her name is Judith, and while the world sees weakness, she carries a faith so strong it will shake the foundations of an empire. In the heart of Bethulia lives Judith, a widow, a woman of remarkable beauty, but more importantly, a woman of profound wisdom, humility, and unwavering faith. Judith is not defined by her appearance or her status. She is defined by her relentless trust in God. Her life is one of discipline. She dresses in garments of mourning. She fasts regularly. Her days are filled with prayer, solitude, and service to others. As panic spreads through the city, the leaders of Bethulia begin to crumble under fear. Some propose surrender. Others question whether God has abandoned them. Their faith wavers, and it is here that Judith rises. She confronts the leaders boldly, not with anger, but with righteous conviction. She says, "Who are you to put God to the test? Who are you to dictate when God should act? Our role is not to set conditions for the Almighty. Our role is to trust, to believe, to endure." Her words strike like lightning. She reminds them that God's power is not bound by human understanding or timelines. His deliverance comes in His own time, in His own way. And then, Judith does something extraordinary. She turns inward, preparing herself not just spiritually, but physically for a mission that no one else dares to imagine. A mission so bold, it could change everything. Judith knows that words alone won't save her people. Faith must now meet action, and so, she forms a plan. Bold, dangerous, unthinkable. She will infiltrate the Assyrian camp, alone, except for her loyal servant. She intends to get close, to the very heart of the enemy, to General Holofernes himself. But first, she transforms. She sets aside her mourning garments. She bathes. She anoints herself with fragrant oils. She dresses in her finest clothes. Her hair glistens. Jewelry adorns her neck and wrists. She becomes radiant, not out of vanity, but because this too is part of the strategy. Judith knows exactly how the enemy thinks. Her beauty will disarm them. Her elegance will grant her passage where swords cannot. As night falls, Judith and her servant walk calmly toward the Assyrian camp. The guards, stunned by her appearance, stop them, but Judith speaks with confidence. She claims she has defected, that she has come with valuable information on how to conquer Bethulia. The guards exchange glances. No one expects a woman like this to be a threat. They quickly escort her directly to the tent of Holofernes. Step by step, her plan unfolds, but the most dangerous part is yet to come. Judith is led straight to the tent of Holofernes, the mighty general feared by all. When he sees her, he is captivated. Her beauty, her poise, her confidence. Everything about her disarms him. Judith plays her role perfectly. She flatters him. She speaks of how she has abandoned her people and wishes to help him conquer Bethulia. She feeds his pride, whispering that the God of Israel has turned against her people, and that now is the time for him to strike. Holofernes, blinded by arrogance and desire, believes her completely. Over the next few days, he welcomes her, presents, listens to her advice, and waits for the perfect moment to attack. Then comes the night of the banquet. Holofernes invites Judith to a grand feast. He drinks excessively. Wine flows without restraint. His laughter grows louder. His words slur, until finally, he collapses in a deep, drunken sleep. Judith waits, silent, steady. Her heart pounds, but her resolve does not waver. She looks around, no guards inside the tent. She steps forward, grabs his sword, the very weapon that symbolized his terror. With 2 decisive strikes, she severs his head. Judith wraps the head in a cloth. Together with her servant, she slips quietly out of the camp, unseen, carrying the proof of her victory and the end of a nightmare. As dawn approaches, Judith returns to Bethulia with her servant. The people, anxious and desperate, rush to the city gates. When they see her, carrying the severed head of Holofernes, disbelief floods the air, quickly replaced by overwhelming joy and awe. Judith lifts the head high for all to see. "Look," she declares, "this is the head of Holofernes, the enemy who threatened us. The Lord has delivered him into my hands." A wave of hope, courage, and renewed faith sweeps through the city. The leaders gather the army. No longer afraid, the Israelites descend upon the Assyrian camp. Meanwhile, in the camp, chaos erupts. Soldiers discover the body of Holofernes, headless, lifeless. Panic spreads like wildfire. Leaderless and confused, the mighty Assyrian army falls into total disarray. The Israelites strike with boldness. What was once an unstoppable force becomes a scattered, defeated mass. Victory is total. The enemy flees. Bethulia is saved, and Judith returns not just as a widow, not just as a woman of faith, but as a heroine. A living testament to what happens when courage meets divine purpose. After the victory, Judith is celebrated as a national hero. Songs are sung in her honor. Her courage is remembered by generations. But Judith chooses a life of humility. Despite her fame and the offers of marriage that follow, she never remarries. Her devotion remains entirely to God. She lives out her days in peace, respected by all, a symbol of faith, strength, and divine obedience. When she finally passes away at an old age, her memory is etched forever in the hearts of her people. Her legacy becomes more than just the story of a woman who saved a city. It becomes a testament to what happens when someone dares to believe, truly believe, that faith can conquer fear. The story of Judith challenges us. It asks, what risks are we willing to take when we truly trust in something greater than ourselves? Are we, like Judith, willing to act when others freeze in fear? Will we stand firm, even when the odds seem impossible? Her story is not just ancient history. It is a living reminder that courage, faith, and action, together, can change the course of destiny. After the victory, Judith is celebrated as a national hero. Songs are sung in her honor. Her courage is remembered by generations. But Judith chooses a life of humility. Despite her fame and the offers of marriage that follow, she never remarries. Her devotion remains entirely to God. She lives out her days in peace, respected by all, a symbol of faith, strength, and divine obedience. When she finally passes away at an old age, her memory is etched forever in the hearts of her people. Her legacy becomes more than just the story of a woman who saved a city. It becomes a testament to what happens when someone dares to believe, truly believe, that faith can conquer fear. The story of Judith challenges us. It asks, what risks are we willing to take when we truly trust in something greater than ourselves? Are we, like Judith, willing to act when others freeze in fear? Will we stand firm, even when the odds seem impossible? Her story is not just ancient history. It is a living reminder that courage, faith, and action, together, can change the course of destiny.